What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on my channel. So there's a lot of things that I've changed recently, and I think I got to address some of those things in this video. Three important things I want to talk about in this video. Number one, I changed the name of the channel. Number two, the motorcycle that I'm riding right now. Number three, I want to talk about my new truck. So we're going to talk about all those in this video to get that underway, to give a little bit of an explanation as far as what's going on. So the first thing is I changed the name of the channel to RobSolutely, and I'm going to tell you how I came up with that. I've been trying to think of a new name for this channel for a while, something to kind of fit me, a fun little name that I think would be a little bit catchy. I mean, I'd like to grow this channel and monetize the channel. I wanted a catchy name with it. So here's how I came up with the name of RobSolutely. I was talking to a client of mine about 2 weeks ago. We were talking about a project we were working on. So I do professional advertising for a living, and I was talking to him about a project we were working on, and he was like, hey, can you do this? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And can you do it at this time? Absolutely. And what do you think about this idea? I was like, yeah, absolutely, sounds great. So by the time we got done our conversation, he was like, all right, RobSolutely, it sounds like you have a hold on everything. So RobSolutely is the name of the channel now, and that's what I'm going to stick with, and hopefully I can grow the channel, get it monetized, and you guys stick around for that. The second thing I need to talk about is the bike that I'm on right now, a brand new 2022 CFMOTO 300 SS. So I did buy this bike, and I love it. I think it's awesome. I talked about it in a previous video. And the video that I uploaded right before this one, I kind of did a walk around of this bike. And I also showed in that video that I still had my Duke 200. And I said that I would talk about that in the future. So here's what's going on with that. I did have it in that video, but I did end up selling my Duke 200. Nice guy from New York State came down. It's going to be his first road bike, going to be a bike that he learns on. I think he's going to have a ton of fun with it. It was an excellent bike for me. I have no complaints with it. So you guys that followed me because of my Duke 200, there's no complaints with that bike. You know, you don't have to be afraid if you're considering a Duke 200. You don't have to think, hey, maybe the bike isn't good enough. The reason why I wanted to change is I like the riding position of this bike a little bit better. It's a little bit more forward. It's more comfortable for me, for my size. I'm used to sport bikes. I learned on a sport bike, a full fairing sport bike. So this bike that I'm on now, the CFMOTO 300, just kind of fit my needs a little bit better. It isn't a whole lot more powerful than the Duke 200, but it is just more fitting to my needs. I also like the technology of this bike. So my channel is now changing that this will be the bike that I ride from this point forward, unless I decide to change and get a different bike someday. You never know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. This channel right now is really about me and my likes, and from the first time I looked at this bike on a video and then I checked it out at a dealership, I knew that this was the bike that I would probably be pretty happy with. And again, I was really happy with the Duke. I mean, if you would have asked me last month if I was thinking about getting rid of the Duke or if I was going to ever sell the Duke, I mean, someday I said maybe I would, but I wouldn't have thought I would have done it that quick. But then when I finally saw these bikes in person, the CFMOTOs, I was totally impressed. The quality, the fit, the finish, the technology, everything on this bike just kind of gave me a bit of a passion to get back into a full fairing sport bike. So that's why I have the CFMOTO 300 SS now. I know some of you who have subscribed to my channel specifically for the Duke 200 may be disappointed. Some of you are part of the forum that I created, a group on Facebook for the Duke 200. But you know, I had to go where my passion was, where my heart was driving me as far as, you know, a future motorcycle. I felt this was a good choice, so that's why I did that. I think I'm going to get a whole bunch of new people interested in the CFMOTO 300 SS. They're going to check my videos out and be a part of the channel. Hopefully you subscribe to see some of the mods and accessories and the things that I do to this bike. So not to disappoint anybody, but you know, you got to live life for yourself. And that's kind of what I thought about when it came to this bike. I'm like, you know, this is what I want to do, and I'm super happy with my decision. I don't want to lie to you guys. Do I like this bike more than the Duke? Well, yeah, that's why I bought it. But again, that doesn't mean that there was anything really wrong with the Duke. So if you've been looking for a new sport bike, CFMOTO makes a ton of new motorcycles right now. They've been making them in other countries for a while. They're partnered with KTM, so there's a little bit of, I'm going to assume there's a little bit of KTM DNA in the makings of these bikes. And I love KTM. I'll be talking a lot more about this bike on the channel in the next few videos. I mean, this is going to be kind of the icon of the channel right now over the Duke 200. This is going to take the center stage for this channel, for the RobSolutely channel. The number three thing I want to talk about is my new truck. So I'm going to head home now. I'm going to show that off to you, but I'll briefly, on our way back to my house, I'll tell you a little bit about it. I mentioned before that I had an order in since June of 2021 for a Ford Maverick pickup truck, and then there was a whole bunch of weird things, a couple of reasons why I wanted to change my mind on it. Some of those reasons were that there were some recalls on the truck, and people complained about different things here and there on the truck. And then the value, because you couldn't get these trucks. You know, I waited over a year, and people really wanted to buy Ford Mavericks, and they couldn't get them, so the value went up. I mean, you could basically buy the truck and resell it and make $10,000 to $12,000. So I was going to do that. You know, I kept thinking, oh, there's problems when it's a first-year truck. I'm just going to sell it. I'm going to buy a cheap car. So the truck I left on order. And then I also went and I talked to a Nissan dealer. I said, you know, all I want is some reliable, I just want a reliable car that's not going to cost a lot. I'm going to sell my Ford Maverick, put $10,000, $12,000 in my pocket, put that down on a Nissan, have hardly any car payment. You know, that was kind of my plan. And then the morning came when the Ford dealership called me and said, hey, your Ford Maverick showed up today. And 5 minutes later, the Nissan dealer called me and said, that Nissan just showed up. When do you want to come get it? So I had to make a choice. I had to make a choice. And it was not an easy choice to make. So I went up and looked at the Ford Maverick, since they called me first and they're more of a local dealer. I went up and looked at the Maverick and I was like, man, I kind of really like it. It just didn't make sense to me why I wouldn't take delivery of the truck. The day after I bought it, I took my dad down to the Bass Pro Shops, and I got like 46 miles per gallon on that trip. So it was the first trip I took with it. I went down and picked up this bike. It was able to fit on the back. So I went down to Mechanicsburg and I put this bike, loaded it on the back. It's been amazing. You know, it's been versatile. It's been great. I can't say anything bad about the Ford Maverick truck. So anyway, we're almost home now. So I'll be pulling in the driveway here soon, and then we'll get out. We'll take a look at the Ford Maverick truck so you can see it in person. So here's the Ford Maverick, finally, the Ford Maverick. Love the color. Wheels are nice. It's the XLT model. Super nice. Show you the inside. Inside's kind of funky. Gray and blue interior, got orange stitching on the seats, a couple of orange accents here and there. Super nice. That's my dash cam. I got to rewire that. Pretty nice though. Back seat area, plenty of room in here for anything I would need. So it is the GATOR truck bed protector. I got it from realtruck.com. Just kind of lifts up that way. And then I got the BEDRUG in here. So the color of the paint is Area 51, so I got a little Area 51 sticker on there. But yeah, I love it. I think it's an awesome little truck. A little bit dirty right now. I just came from driving it I don't know, I think I went about 150 miles today on it too. So it is ceramic coated. I do have paint protection film I'm going to be putting on it as soon as that comes in. But it's awesome. Show you the driver's side. Cool little truck. I absolutely love it. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. I hope you like the new channel name. Hope you like my new bike. Hope you like my new truck. Remember to like and subscribe and all that stuff you know. Remember to do all that stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.